Hey, what's up guys, it's Deathstalker Sinker here with another For Honor video. Today I've got tons of good news for the new For Honor updates. Patch notes for title update 1.05 have gone live and we've got beautiful buffs, nerfs, and changes in place. I won't waste any time and jump right into the gear stat changes. Revenge attacks have finally become less viable. For the revenge attack stat, the maximum has been decreased from 48.2% to 24.1%. The maximum penalty has been decreased from negative 16.1% to negative 8%. For the revenge defense stat, the maximum has been decreased from 48.2% to 32.1%. The maximum defense penalty has been decreased from negative 16.1% to negative 10.6%. The revenge max duration has been decreased from 54% to 25%. The duration penalty maximum has been decreased from negative 18% to negative 8.3%. And the list goes on. The revenge gained by defense maximum has been decreased from 36.2% to 24.1%. The revenge gained by defense penalty or maximum penalty has been decreased from negative 12.1% to negative 8.0%. I don't know why I said 0 or even point there. Sprint speed. The bonus max sprint speed from the sprint speed stat has been decreased from 18% to 9%. The maximum penalty has also been decreased from negative 6% to negative 3%. The very short version is that revenge builds are much less viable. Now moving on to heroes, I'm going to start with everyone's favorites. I'm actually going to just start off with the Knights class in general, but everyone's favorite Peacekeeper. So far they set up the zone attack as a light, causing interrupt reactions on blocks. The zone cancel in revenge will also force a 600 millisecond exit, preventing a quick follow-up attack. Sidestep strike has also been nerfed in various ways, including an interrupt block recovery increase to 800 milliseconds from the 700 milliseconds it previously was. The sidestep strike damage has also been decreased from 15 to 20. Though riposte and stab has had a damage increase to 30 from the original 25, this of course does not affect the bleed. Ubisoft also wanted to note and say that they are aware of the light spam that's going on with the Peacekeeper and are looking into it, but no changes in this update. Moving on, we arrive at everyone's big boy, the Lawbringer. Kirby, you're gonna be quite happy to hear about this one. There's 2 bug changes in it involving the shove. The shove super armor now only applies on the build-up. The bug also causing the shove to interrupt falls has been fixed as well. Now, for the buffs. Long arm now guarantees a side heavy, meaning that we're gonna get hurt a lot more. Parries now also guarantee the impaling riposte and the make way. Make way also has super armor now, and the damage has been increased to 25 from the original 20. Now, the Swift Justice combo or move, there's just a heavy, light, heavy, has also received some changes. The light attack startup has been decreased to 500 milliseconds from the original 700 milliseconds. The top light attack damage has been increased to 15 from 10, and the side light attack damage has been increased to 15 from the original 8. The book, chapter, and verse, which is a light, heavy, light combo, has had some increases as well. The top heavy attack startup has been decreased to 1000 milliseconds from the original 1100 milliseconds. The side heavy attack startup has been decreased to 900 milliseconds from the 1000 milliseconds it was originally. The top heavy attack damage has been increased to 35 from the original 20. The side heavy attack damage has been increased to 30 from 25. The top light finisher attack damage has been increased to 15 from 10. The side light finisher attack damage has been increased to 15 from 8. For Judge, Jury, and Executioner, which is a light, heavy combo, the first top heavy startup has been decreased to 1000 milliseconds from the original 1100 milliseconds. The first side heavy attack startup has been decreased to 900 milliseconds from 1000 milliseconds. The heavy finisher unblockable attack damage has been increased to 45 from the original 30. What this all means is that the Lawbringer's attacks will be starting up faster and will be doing an increased amount of damage. Now for the Warden, not too many changes have been actually made to him. The top light opener's superior block visual effect has changed so that it does not affect the entire character model, but rather just the sword. The Conqueror, on the other hand, has had multiple changes to him. First, starting off with the full block hit and bump recoveries can no longer chain directly into full block stance. The shield bash riposte startup no longer has a top guard block, and the shield bash riposte miss recovery no longer has the ability to block. The shield bash mixed up startup no longer has the top guard as well, and the shield bash mixed up recovery no longer has the ability to block. The bugs also regarding the counter guard break from the shield bash riposte and the shield bash mix up hit and recovery have been fixed. Conqueror's also received a heavy attack increase for his heavy attack opener. The damage has been increased to 25 from the original 23. Moving on to my favorite class, the Samurai. The Kensei has gotten a lot of love in this update. Starting off with his dodge superior blocks visual effects only apply to his sword as well, just like how the Warder's was. The Helm Splitter and Swift Strike can now chain directly into the chain finishers. The side light attack opener startup has been decreased from the 700 milliseconds to now 600 milliseconds. The type light finisher recovery on interrupt blocks has been reduced to 800 milliseconds from the 900 milliseconds. This is both in and out of guard. The side light finisher recovery on interrupt blocks has been reduced to 800 milliseconds from 1100 milliseconds. This also applies to both in guard and out. What this basically means is that you have more flexibility with the Kensei, and some of his attacks will be coming out a lot faster. Moving on to the Nobushi. The hidden stance angle detection has become more consistent with the full stances of the shield characters. This should make entering hidden stance a lot easier and more consistent. The top light finisher recovery on interrupt blocks has been reduced to 800 milliseconds from 900 milliseconds. The side light finisher recoveries on interrupt blocks have also been reduced to 800 milliseconds from 1000 milliseconds. And lastly, we have the Shigoki. No Orochi patches or changes in this update. Basically, the light attack recovery on interrupt blocks has been reduced to 800 milliseconds from the original 900 milliseconds. And for the last faction, the Vikings. Only one notable change on the Valkyrie. Her light attack finisher recovery on interrupt blocks has been reduced to 800 milliseconds from the original 1000 milliseconds. Warlord. Oh, Warlord. Some beautiful changes in here. Warlord's headbutt now has an increase in stamina cost, going to 15 from the original 12. The headbutt window has been increased by 200 milliseconds as well, and the headbutt miss recovery has been decreased to 700 milliseconds from the 800 milliseconds it originally was. The miss recovery branched into an attack though has been delayed by 200 milliseconds. This will show that he will recover faster from the miss, but he won't be able to chain an attack in after it. Changes to full stance have also been placed in this update. Full stance cannot be chained into a headbutt unless an attack is blocked. They've also fixed the bugs regarding the full block external attacks costing stamina. And for the Berserker, only one notable change here. The deflect transition to guard break has been changed to 500 milliseconds from the original 700 milliseconds. This is to decrease the amount of time that Berserker was being hit before the guard break would actually initiate. Moving on to the game mode changes. In elimination, boost will now appear 20 seconds after the round starts. This should decrease the amount of people running away at the start of a fight to go pick up boosts, as they won't pop up for another 20 seconds. The time to pick up boosts has also been increased from 1 second to 2 seconds. In skirmish, massive changes have been made to decrease the match length time. Hero kills, kill streaks, saviors, avengers, and honor point rewards have all been increased, as well as the respawn time has been reduced from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Another thing to note is that in custom matches, the single hero pick option has been added to the rules. You'll also be happy to hear that orders can now be completed regardless of PvP or PvAI. New daily orders have also been added to the game without a game mode requirement. This should make it much easier and much more enjoyable completing rewards. There have also been some changes to two of the feats. First, for the health regeneration, this now only works in idle. No more popping hills in the midst of a battle, as you need to be standing still in order to initiate the feat. The shield basher also will no longer partially deactivate on death. And a couple more notable bug fixes. The debuff resistance will no longer be affecting the counter guard break windows. Also, the bug regarding the assassins falling out of stamina, or rather their lack of falling out of stamina, has been fixed. And some weird bug involving emotes interrupting the revenge activation has been fixed. I had no idea of that one, to be honest. So how do you feel about these changes? Has your favorite character become more viable, or what are your impressions to the gear stats affecting revenge builds? Are you happy or worried about fighting enough ganks now? Let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more For Honor videos and live streams like my new Kensei video or the upcoming Flawless video with the Orochi. If you want to chat or got something to share, you can find me on Facebook as DeathStalkerSynchro or Twitter as DS_Synchro. There's also the DS_Stalkers Discord server. All links are available in the description down below. And lastly, remember that these are all the most notable changes coming to the title update. Be sure to check out the official patch notes on the official For Honor page. I'll be sure to include a link in the description down below.